Okie dokie. So, today, here it is, 10 o'clock. There's the stabby. We're at XX1 Legend 413XX. Sorry, these long names are hard for me. Oh, look, a fish tank. Oh, 5FX. This is perfect for what we're going to talk about today, faking water. But I was actually going to do it by showing you how to do it without EHT, because I've already done it with a EHT, and I wanted to give you guys a sense of, I wanted to do some tutorials that didn't involve EHT only. We're going to look at a couple examples, and then I'm going to build the ones that no longer exist. This is lovely, by the way. I love the flowers. There's a few of the examples I want to give you. Like, for example, one is Skullord. Skullord doesn't leave anything up for longer than, you know, whatever contest it is. And then he or she takes it down. So generally what I like to do, that's really nice, is take pictures of it. But the pictures don't really do it justice. So I need to do it and show you how it's done anyway. So that's what I'm going to do when we get up to that point. But first I'm going to show you examples. This is just our rando. And we still have to finish our tour of the best houses, or the best builders. Thank you for the follow, Leah Snow. As soon as I get somewhere where I can pull something out of the bank, I will be pulling. Oh, are we closing this off? We're closing this off. So this is smaller than I thought. Look at the butterflies. So, I want to see what the last home was that I looked at. That wasn't, not alphabetical order. We need last visit order. Humble Muds. I don't remember what number Humble Mud was. Let's see. So in case you use port to friend, it's /PTF show. We'll show you what numbers everything is. So we would start with the ample. So what I'm going to do is look for amples. And then we do change this back to alphabetical. And we'll just do one round of these. So I'm going to skip Chrysaea because almost all of hers have effects that I really need. And one day I'll just only do Chrysaea stuff. So we'll go right down to Fiendish, if Fiendish has one. They do. Forgotten Temple. Visited 41 weeks ago. I also have an ample, which I will show you. So just to remind you, we're looking at how different really good builders treat the same home. In a lot of cases, it's very different. Plus, we can learn things from everybody. Sorry about the dogs barking and the crows going. It's kind of noisy around here. I'd close the window, but it gets super hot in this room. I feel like I've seen this more recently than that. Than 41 weeks ago. This looks far more familiar. So this is Ample Domicile. Can you believe it? Completely and entirely redone to look nothing like an Ample Domicile. This is one of Fiendish's skills at really making things beautiful and different. It's really quite nice. Look at those, just the amount of flora they're able to fit in this area. It's really gorgeous. So this was a temple, and you're exploring it. It's beautiful. Let me show you mine. Mine was one of my earliest creations, and it doesn't even have EHT, I don't think, except for maybe the sky. Excuse me, still waking up. But it's Glow House. It's all my glowy stuff. I've shown it many times before, so I'm not going to index it when I show the houses later. And sorry for the motorcycle going by really loudly with somebody who doesn't like to use a muffler. Obnoxious. Alright, so this is my ample domicile glow house. And I did change the sky. Okay. And we've got all sorts of glowies. So it's for reference sake, this is just more like what an ample domicile actually looks like, which is to say, flat with this open rock area. Not that incredible built up high gorgeous thing that we just saw that Fiendish did. It's completely different. This is not the same. And then we've got the interior. I went, that is an effect, that lizard. I went fully Argonian, which I think you noticed in the last house, like nothing was left of this house. So the sky, fireflies, and the custom home title are the others. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know why I added fireflies. There should be enough of them without me adding them. But I guess not. Maybe I wasn't happy with as many fireflies as there were. Go away. There. Yeah, I can see them now. See? You can see the paint bucket over where the fireflies are. Nice. Anyway, moving on. Go on to the next ample. Next one would be Danny Elder, if she did one. I'm really a fan of Danny Elder's work. She did not. Greekvamp. $34 weeks ago. I don't know if he has anything here, so I'd assume so. He doesn't usually leave empty houses. Now this is the house right outside of Shadow Fen's main city, Stormhold. It's a pretty convenient house because when you want to get to Stormhold and no one is in the area. Oh, I've seen this one. Okay, yeah. This is a creature. First of all, look at that. Made entirely with those lights. Not entirely. I think those are knives. Knives and carved ivory. But mostly made with those Vardenfell lights. And then the log underneath is like an underline. But this is the dragon that greekvamp made. And it's really interesting if you get a view from it from this side. Oh no, that's probably supposed to be a tongue. And what happened is all the pets in zone areas that were reset. So greekvamp, you want to come back and fix that. But look at those spider webs and everything. It's just really incredible. So this house was intended to show off a creature. So again, totally different from everything else we've seen. Hey Eula, I don't know if Research Monkey did one. Yes, 3 tasty pigs. I can only imagine. Too funny. I am so tired already. I haven't even announced yet. I will. So 3 tasty pigs. I remember this build now. So, unfortunately, one of the piggies got eaten. It looks like. Research took one of these reekling boars, some of the luxuries, red rags that are supposed to look bloody, and then these are just bare bones, I think. So it looks like that he got one of them. And this is the house that got blown down, number 1 or 2, made of wood. And that's the remain of that piggy. And then I forget what the second one. Oh, I'm sorry. You should have stayed sleepy. I feel bad. Oh, this was the first house. This was house. He made it of straw. You know what? I should tell people I'm streaming. I don't know why I didn't do that, except sometimes I just get a little shy. I don't understand why I do that, but I do. I get shy. All right, let me add it. Let me tell people. All right, going around. Good Lord, 4 p.m. I was up at many times over the night, so I can't really even tell you. I probably gave up around 7 a.m. All right, let me tell Griff. He's probably going to be mad I started without telling him. Okay. Maybe. All right. And then the third house was made of stone, and so he couldn't blow this house down. And there's what happened to the wolf. So once again, we have something really kind of adorable mixed with something sick and twisted, which is pretty much what Research Monkey does. I adore that about him. He's so funny. All right, the next one would be Swankery, if she has one, which I think she does. I could be wrong though. This is a good, affordable house that has a little bit of water that you can do something with. There's a little bit of water over in that corner, and water houses are always special because you can do fun things with water. I'd suggest not using a water house unless you actually need it, have something special planned for the water, because otherwise you're kind of wasting it. With me, I tried to put mists coming up from it and have my guar in it, but this was a storage house. Didn't used to be. And then the last one would be Zendyra. Griffith Park. Oh, this one's neat. This one has a lot of really cool effects. I think I've seen Walder's houses. No, there are not wordy. None. They have not entered that into the game, and I don't think they will, because it makes it too easy to find a fishing hole, and they much rather have you go out into the real world and have to deal with it there. So Griffith Park is in Southern California, close to where I used to live, as a matter of fact. It's got an observatory at the top of it. Well, here's another example of how to do water, but this is with EHT. I always feel like this is a little too blue. I would go a little clearer, but I know zendyra likes the bright, bright colors. So that's you know, a matter of personal style. Here's this guy out back smoking weed or whatever, skooma. And then we go inside, and I'll show you this really neat looking house. I've shown this before, so I don't want to, you know, spend too much time on it. But she's put fake paintings in as pictures, and then here you've got the observatory machine. So it's like a telescope. And then if you look up, you can see the night sky. Isn't that amazing? She's really done an incredible job with it. Here it is without effects, so it definitely needs the effects. But I think it's an incredible feat in making a house with EHT. I really do. Alright, so I'm going to show you different ways to do water. So, and then we'll get back to this. But the first thing I want to do is show you pools that are made inverse pools with water is what I call them inverse. And the best example of that is Tagdirium's island, which I swear I saw there. It's what Tydirium has done is take the existing water that's already here. So this isn't really technically making water, but what it is taking the existing water, turning it into a pool, sort of inverse building. So I'm using the negative space to make something. So I wanted to show you some examples of this, and then we'll get on to more real kinds of stuff. But Tydirium's whole house here is pretty impressive. He's done multiple pools, he or she. It's a whole resort. But here we go. If I could even jump up. But here's an example. This is made with the water that's already here. That's what, yeah, it does. It really does. And then this is a heated pool because you can see there's smoke rising off of it. All of these were made with negative space. And the way that you do this is, I mean, in this case, he used the Allenroy stairs, but you can use a floor, put it under the water, add some walls, and you've got a realistic looking pool. Now, Swankery has done some real interesting takes on this as well that you can check out in her Grand Topol, which is also a getaway. And I think that you might be inspired by those as well, because she even put lights underneath, like, you know, side lights that a pool might have. And here's yet another, a smaller one. And here's an example of what I'm talking about with the side lights. You know how pools are lit sometimes at night? That would be what I'm talking about. So that's the inverse pool kind of thing that I'm starting with in terms of making water. The second one that is similar is using waterfalls that way. And I'm going to show you, hopefully it's still here. Where's Eld Velothi? Hopefully it's still there. If it's not, I'll show you somewhere else. And this is now using an actual furnishing that is water. So it's kind of cheating as well. Cheating. I mean, it's actually using water to make water. But in this case, what Writ has done is turned the waterfall into a river. And it's something you can do too if they haven't removed it. Oh, they removed it. Crap. Sadness. I'll show another one to you, but essentially this is just an example of, let me see if maybe they didn't remove it and I'm just blind. No, it's gone. Sadness. Cromwell has one. In their Hundings. Also, we're going to talk about paintings again. Yesterday, I showed you some examples of EHT paintings as well as, what were they? 3D paintings. Well, it was like weird karma because that same day, DDA announced that their Flash thing this weekend is going to be 3D paintings with no EHT. So I'm going to focus only on the non-EHT ones. Now, Cromwell has taken Hundings and turned it entirely into something completely different. There are waterfalls everywhere. This is using the water again that's already here, but that's not what I'm showing to you. This is adding a waterfall to run through, which isn't quite the same. What I want to do is show you, at one point, he has a river running through that's entirely made out of waterfalls, and you can do the same. if Stabby can find it, which no guarantees. There it is, I think. Yes. So here you go. Here it is. This is what I'm talking about, if you can get a better view. By using multiple waterfalls, he's got essentially a river running through it. And you can fake this as well if you need to do moving water, like a lake. Even a pond you could possibly do something with. The next one I want to show you is doing it with, believe it or not, moon pads. Oh, let me check something first of all, because I think I know what house this is, but I want to make sure so I don't take us to the wrong house. And let me see. Gives me a moment. Seems like a lot of people put these in grand topals. Yeah, it's grand topal. All right. Now, this guy's grand topal is pretty much mind-blowing, but it should be something that you give time to explore one day entirely. But in this case, I'm just going to show you a bit. This video is going to have to be heavily edited because I don't want to have people sitting through all of these different load times, so it's going to be a lot of work for me. Shocking. The latter half will be all one chunk because I'm going to actually do it myself. Alright, so what he has done here is he's actually put an entire road going throughout this entire island, so it circles around the whole island and comes back the other way, which is pretty amazing, honestly. And hopefully he hasn't completely removed the fish tanks he had. Fish tanks, quote unquote. They're not really fish tanks. They're jellyfish tanks, if anything. There we go. They're here. Let me see how I get up there. Now this is making water without water, or at least the appearance of water. So what he's done here is by taking two moon pads, see, one on the top, one on the bottom, it gives that blue glow that looks like a circle, and then he put jellyfish inside. Now jellyfish move as if there's water, these jellyfish, even if there aren't any, and it looks just like a jellyfish tank. To me, this is something you can fake. You don't need any EHT, and it's a really good idea. Now, in general, jellyfish are, I mean, even without the moon pads, jellyfish look like they're in water, so they're a good idea to use. Now, Grandma Gamer was the first person I'd ever seen to actually create a fish tank of a certain kind that was using a little trick in it. And I want to see if I have the house. Yes, Hammerdeath. So we're going to go to Hammerdeath real quick. We'll go to Grandma's Hammerdeath. Hope that's still there. If not, we'll go to one of mine because one of mine has it. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're doing a little bit at a time. We have a ton of different ways that we can show off. Nope, she emptied it, so we'll go to mine. We'll go to my domus. Frosticus. That's too bad. She had a lovely fish tank. And yet another reason why I have to edit this video afterwards. Okay, so here's my Domus Frosticus. I did terrariums up on the second floor, but they kind of look like fish tanks. And one of the tricks you can do is you can add, and we're going to do a second trick here in a moment, you can add butterflies. And the butterflies look like fish swimming around. It's a true fake out. Also, it looks like the Hashimoto is trying to eat them. The second trick we're going to do here is with the Velothi braziers. Now, take a look at the Velothi braziers, huh? The blue light is good because it looks like water. But secondly, there's a wiggle. The sky does a wiggle right above it. And you'll see that better once I put it inside. It makes things look like there's a wiggle in the water. Any blue, hot kind of thing will do this, but the blue light definitely helps. But if you're careful about it, it looks like there's, although I may have put it down too high because you can kind of see the flames, but there's a little bit of a wiggle above it, and that's the heat. It's supposed to be the heat. I don't know. I think it can look good. Although it looks like shit with EHT on because now I'll have fried Hashimoto. No, I'm going to take them out. Not going to fry my Hashimoto. But I like to do these things with EHT, so that's an EHT example. Here's my other terrarium. This is more of a terrarium than a vivarium than it is a fish tank, but you get the idea is that these things, butterflies in these tanks, give movement that can replicate either fish or just bring movement. It doesn't have to be special. I want to show another one of my houses real quick because the one Runamara actually did this first, but I don't have it. That's on EU. So I'm going to show you my adapted version here. Now, what I'm doing with this is a fish tank that I made, a 3D fish tank. So it's actually really a fish tank. It's not just EHT, but it does have EHT effects in it. I'll just turn them off so that we can see it. This is going to be a training that's just, or examples that are just non-EHT. Okay. Now, what I was talking about here is faking water is, here you go. Well, you can see a few elements of it. You've got the jellyfish, but also Daedric rock with these coming through the back. You see them? That you can get from, I believe those are from the Undaunted vendor. You can put those behind Daedric rock, and the wiggle, see the wiggles? It looks like water. It looks like water is moving it. And it's really a neat trick that I think can work really well. So that's another example of what you can do. The last one I want to show you that's in someone else's house so far is Charolai's, I believe it's her humble mother. There's other examples, but I'll get there. Yummy turtles. I wouldn't eat a turtle. Again, if this doesn't work, I have one in my own home that I can show you. And what we have here is she made a giant pool. But by using snow, it looks like a bubble bath. So you could easily do this. Just create some sort of circle, put snow in it, and you've got, turn the effects off, you've got ash raining down on it, but you've got a pool of sorts. This also works really well for soapy dishes or bubble baths, like smaller bubble baths. So that's an example of that. We're gonna do, hopefully he still has it up, Rochambeau, 1789. We're gonna go to their Captain Margot's. This is what Eula was talking about with the mirrors. We're gonna go there and I'll show you an example of mirrors as water. I apologize for the yip yip dog in the background. Yip yip. Yeah, it looks like this is still here. Okay, and here's an example of water using a mirror. So you just sort of sink something into it and it makes it look like there's water in there. Now, don't forget, you can also use that little Daedric bowl to look like water. Just sinking it into things. You can use this, but it's harder to work with these because of the fact that their shape is kind of unusual. It's hard to use that water, but I have seen one person do it. So that gives you an example, an idea of the difficulties. I've only seen one person do it, but all right. So let's go to my moon sugar, and I will show you what did I do with it? There it is. I'll show you the last one, which is like I said, oh no, the second to last one. This one doesn't exist anymore, so I'm creating it. In a sense, because there's a problem with it that you'll see. All right. Now, what this person did is they actually elevated this portion. So I'll show you what they did. I got this stuff together ahead of time. Imagine that, Stabby thinking ahead. So we've got dirt. This is me just throwing together a circle, not an accurate one. Dirt. 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 Okay, so what they did after making that circle is they took a rug like this and they put that there. And then, I forgot to go one thing. They took fishies and they put the fishies in it. And then the last thing was, well, not really last. They had some kelp in there, so it looked legit. And then they had lily pads on top, hovering above. So if you have lily pads hovering above, it looks like there's a ton of water in there. Unfortunately, my fishy's in the way. Let me move my fishy down. Go down, fishy. You might even do better with just one set of lily pads. But you get the idea. And then this also has the motion I'm talking about. So if you want to put these, it makes it look like there's motion underneath. And a clam doesn't have motion, but it's just, you know, it looks like you're underwater. And then another one of these or whatever. You get the idea. So what they had done to hide the rug was they had built up around this circle with, you know, they built a square thing that was small enough to enclose it. And therefore you were sinking this rug into the floor. It didn't show. But this is another way you can fake water if you don't want to use EHT. The last one I'll show you is Dulcima's house. Now, Dulcima has a phenomenal house. I hope she didn't remove it. The idea in this house is choosing the right, good morning, Tierna, choosing the right house to do the effect that you want to do. The observatory prior has an innate room that looks just like you're underwater. It can totally work for that. There are very few houses that have that look that could just be underwater, but it looks like an aquarium. Isn't that beautiful? I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, without effects, this is all just hand done. This room looks like an aquarium. It looks like a glass aquarium. And by using this particular house, you can put all of this stuff outside and it makes it look like you're underwater. Again, we've got some jellyfish in here, which makes it look like there's some motion. The plants I was telling you about that are moving, those are under there. I really think that though that the crowning achievement is these fish. And in fact, using the plants the way she did as fish themselves, like little schools of silvery fish. That's kind of genius. They look like they're, you know, almost like sardines, like all going their own way. You've got moving plants. The fish look like they're in schools. That looks like water. That's another thing you can use to be water, but it's kind of hard to work with. Hard to do anything with. But this is what I'm getting at. If you want to make it a giant aquarium, using, at very least, the clockwork room, this clockwork room, is the way to go. I really think so. So that's that. Those are my ideas for that. Now I want to show you my DDA entry. It's not public yet, but because I love you guys, this is the flash contest. I may add more to it because it's really just 2 items. But the reality is that I was so pleased with what came out, and then we'll start talking about 3D paintings as well. But DDA is doing a contest this weekend on 3D paintings. And this is my entry. And I think it's awesome. I think it's so perfect. No EHT. Absolutely adorable. Completely fits. I don't even want to change a thing. So, I'm going to show you others. How to do others. Okay? We're going to do paintings. I'm glad you guys like it. And show you the different paintings I did. No! Undo, take away Izabi. Go back. Oh no! There we go. That was dumb. Okay, so we're talking about 3D paintings here. Okay? So I want to show you how to do some 3D paintings without EHT. This is one of them I made the other day. I figured 2 bears kind of make it 3D, like the bear is coming out towards you. I like that one. Then I've got, here we've got flowers that are coming out of the picture. I have a sea monster coming out of the picture here. Now, you can hardly see it, but he's eating Vivek. I need to figure out a better way of doing that one. But I'm going to show you a couple of others. Just trust me on this one. This one I almost entered as my contest entry for DDA because it's so good. Now, if you line this up just right, there you go. All right, I have a light to help out with this. That's a 3D painting you can do. In fact, I might even use this as my entry instead. Isn't that amazing? I was so pleased with that. So you can put fountains behind them. You can put waterfalls behind them. Yeah, I think pets really work the best, but you can do a lot of different things. Here is one that I did with a bat. Flying pets are not going to stand still. Where's the bat? There he is. They're not going to stay still. So you have to count on that and just say, look, it's not going to stay still. He's going to fly in and out of the painting. That's okay. But most of the time, he's going to be hanging out right in front of the painting like a vampire would. Are these helpful? I'm trying to give you guys ideas for this contest, but also just thought it would be neat. Gallery paintings. Okay, we've got, where's the undersea one? Now these I've shown you a ton of different ones, but I will go to one of Danielle's houses to show you something really cool about it. I don't have an ocean one? Okay, so painting of a creek, if you did it right, you could have water coming out of this. Using an Alanori fountain, you could have water just dripping out. That's another option. But we'll use, for a moment, see, you can use the blood one, that's gross, but you get the general idea. I'll take this one with me, and I'll take this one with me, and I'll show you where I have the things I need. Now, it's really kind of, oh, I forgot one more. So this weekend we got this. Check out the colors, the way the azure plasma moves. It looks like you're underwater. This is still for sale. It's 100 gold, 100,000 gold. you could do an underwater look room simply by using this item because you've got that reflective water quality. Isn't that amazing? If you really think about it, it's just absolutely perfect. For example, if they let me put any more non-combat pets, you've got swamp jellies looking like they're underwater. Isn't that gorgeous? You could just sit there staring at it. I can only imagine how much better it'd be with EHT, but I'm staying away from EHT for the moment because I really want to show you guys. Yeah, you need to use this light. This light is for sale right now. So, yeah, the price is steep. But this light is spectacular for this. There's really not anything else that makes this kind of light color. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I need this. Alright, let me check something. So for those of you who don't know, you can use the furniture hub to look for what houses have what. And for me, I'm looking for if I have any extra waterfalls. Just hanging out. I do not. I have to go buy one. So we're gonna go buy a waterfall and then try it out. Actually, no. I want to use my Alinor fountain. One of the Alinor ones. Autumn's Gate. Sleek Creek. Sleek Creek is a storage house, so I have one. I have an extra one. I think, oh, that's too bad. I mean, I would think that that would be a real problem, especially with, there's no way to hide it as well. Because it's so bulky. Hiding it, I mean, you would still see it. It would look gross. So I would think it would be difficult to do. We're going to try different things, but yeah. I have so many ideas for this stuff. Where's my fountains? Wait, it told me I have one in here. Am I on crack? Did I already take it? I don't have an Alinor fountain in here. Why is it lying? Ooh, I gotta talk to Cardi about this. It's a lying liar that lies. Okay. Liar. There's no reason why Deco Chak should lie like that. Liars! What a bummer. I think I can make one. This is going to be a much better edited video than it is live. I apologize for all the running around. I'm trying to make videos so people can get ideas and enjoy, you know, I want to help them get inspired for contests that are going on, especially. I think it's helpful to give people ideas, you know, if they're working on this stuff. So courtyard, okay. I want our fountain. I don't want the I want this one. Now I have one. Yeah, I need something with a wall. We'll go inside. No, we'll go back to Proudmoor. Proudspire. I keep calling it Proudmoor, and I'm not really sure why. I keep calling it Proudmoor. It's not Proudmoor. It is a great light, and it might be worth it doing the reef or some of the other things, like a blue carpet, like a blue rattan carpet might work really well. All right, now the courtyard fountains. All right, we got this sucker. We have painting. Okay, I wanted the one with the waterfall. All right, we'll take the one with the waterfall. And then we take this. And what I would recommend is, because this is going to stick out, turn it upside down. Take advantage of physics in this game and hide this better than I am. Here's another thing you could do. Do F, precision edit, H, straighten. Isn't that a great tool? Except I undid it the second I did it. No, I don't want to do F. I want to do precision edit, straighten. There. Don't move back. So, if you place this just right, I would sink this further in the ceiling. But you've got water. I wonder if I can make it work a little better by doing a non-straightened one. So it looks like it's coming out of here. I don't know. You'd have to play with it to get it right. But I want to show you another really horrible thing. Because I'm 12, apparently. If that. I should have used, not Izabi, but I should have used Fazez, and you'll know why in a minute. If you did this right. Man, Izabi's making a mess. I'm so young. Oh, just I swear to God, I'm a 12-year-old. If that. I like that. It's hilarious to me. I'm a terrible person. Alright, and then I'm going to show you the fire one I did yesterday, because that one, unfortunately, was in the midst of me doing EHT stuff, so it got, like, really kind of screwy. So I'll just show it to you. I'm like, swear to God, I'm 12, if that. Okay. And here is the one I did yesterday, which using fire. You can use fire as well as pets. You can use fire as well as, you know, you've got, this is a lamp. I'll show you from behind. This is the... And don't forget, you have blue fire, too. If you really want to use it. See? It's that lamp. So you got to be careful where you put it so that they don't see it on the other side. But you have green light, you have blue light. You know, if I wanted to put blue fire somewhere, I could do it. Let me find somewhere that it would look good. That's the question. Where would it look good, right? I don't know. Would it look good here? You would really have to work on it because this sconce wouldn't do it. Maybe the Velothes would. Yeah, the Velothes would be good. But you would need a good spot for it that would make sense. You could even just have it be here for, you know, other kind of fire. I mean, I really think you could do so much with these tricks. Just the mind can think of so many different tricks for a certain, you know, it's endless in terms of what you can do with 3D paintings. You know, have a crystal coming out of one of them. So this is from yesterday. This was one of my additions to the painting. And this is another addition if you look closely. Give it a second. I got jumping frogs. I want to show you something that Danielder did. If I can remember if it was Goronir. Maybe she has it listed. Wonderland, yes, this is it. And then this will be probably the last example for today of 3D paintings, but actually no, I'll go back to Greek vamps real quick and just show you one thing. No, I showed it yesterday. Basically what Greek vamp did is he just put little spoons and stuff to make it look like people. So there were like little spoons in there. It looked really good. This house is charming and adorable and has effects, and it's just absolute perfection for a multitude of reasons, but this is why I'm bringing you here. Look at that. Look at that brilliant 3D painting. All she did is add carrots. Now this is in a bunny house. What would the bunny be worshiping? What would the bunny eat and want, and what would they have a painting of? So this is perfection to me. This is so pleasing to me. So it's a good example. I love her style. She's so talented. All right, the next house is, we're gonna start looking at some of the best again. We're gonna start looking at Stay Moists. All of you have seen my Stay Moist, so I'm not gonna bother with it. And then we'll start with alphabetical. Oops. We've got Danielder. Does she have one? No. Fiendish, yes. Oh, inaccessible. Greek vamp, yes. So, I hope that gave you guys some ideas for this weekend. I know that Galileo, I think it was, did Strawberry Fields by putting tons of flowers in there. So, I thought that was really pretty, and the way they used, I think they used radishes for the strawberries, and it really looked like it. So this is Greek vamp. I'm not sure. Oh, I think this is a maze. So we're not going to do a maze because stabbies don't maze. But you get the general idea that once we get a little further in, you'll see. We've got up. Now, Stay Moist is surprising in that there is a kind of a height to it that you can use that's surprising, unexpectedly. Okay. don't know if this is the way. I saw 2 cups sitting here, so I thought maybe. Unless they meant go up the house. Because Stay Moist has a back portion of the house that you can actually go up. See? I'm not sure if everyone knew that Stay Moist has this, but it does. And then here we go. This is take a seat and initiate a duel. Okay, so it's a dueling space. Play 2, play 1. Well, look at that. Greekvamp has created an entire dueling space with sections sectioned off. It's wild. Now mine was a tribute to Sheo, so it was really avant-garde and weird. Greekvamp. Argonian Zoo Gardens, Research Monkey. So again, we're just looking at some of the best that I really like. It's not, you know, builders. I don't even know what they have here anymore. I used to probably know, but I don't. Gosh, I'm getting spammed by my mother. Stop. Don't want you to. Okay, so Research Monkey. Oh, I remember this. This was fascinating. He had some really good ideas in this. This was one of the sources for one of my ideas for using these things for, I forget what it was, museum-like work. This has a museum element to it, and he really maximized on that because he's such a clever guy. This is what I was thinking of. So this is where I first saw people using these plates for labeling. And what he's doing is he's labeling all of the plants in here. You can use this for your museums, for your antiquity museums that you're all making right now. This is the idea, using that as labels. If you want to use EHT, you can actually write labels, but if you want to do it by hand, that would be what I would use to identify your, you know, identify. You're not really identifying it, but this is a good idea for, you know, if you pretend identifying it, because I just think it looks really good. And that was the first person I've ever seen do it. That's part of the joy of looking at some of the best, is that they come up with ideas and then you see it everywhere. You know, it's like, wow, that's a great idea. That's so smart. And then people adopt it. And that's the way it should be. You know, I'm not picking on anyone. I think that we all share ideas, because sometimes I'll find stuff in some unknown person's house and I'll be just shocked because it's a brilliant idea, and suddenly I see it in other places too. So I mean, it's great. We all share. Good, you know, depending, no, I can't get the words out. But you get the idea. So that was Research Monkey. I don't know if Swank did one in here. I don't think so. I don't think she's done anything with this house yet. And Zendyra may... No, that's closed off. Come on. We're up to 13. All right. 13 is Snug's. I'm curious to see what card he has, but he doesn't decorate all of his homes. Danny Elder Snug. Anything? No. Fiendish. I'll show you my Snug. Master Writ jump. This sounds like it's just a crafting house. Snugpod is perhaps the best crafting house. You can fit all of a single one of every single crafting station in there, plus a banker, plus a merchant. It's really convenient, close to Grotwood. I sound like a real estate agent, but it's the truth. It's so close to a city. It's tightly packed, so you don't have to run all over the place to get to each stop. Oh, this house. Fiendish blew me away with this because this is Snugpod. Isn't this incredible? It looks nothing like Snugpod. Somebody doesn't like pod houses, I guess, and makes this incredible, gorgeous house. I mean, wait till you see my Snugpod compared to this. It's gonna make you laugh. But this is a unsnuggy Snugpod. Only 53 items in that, too. I know, right? Isn't that incredible? So this one's mine. This was my entry for the treasure contest. It's Baby Dragon's first Hoard. I think you've all seen it. This one won. I rarely win things, and this one won. Effects are on. Okay. The only thing I did infects in this house was some items, some little, you know, like this is an effect. But in general, this is Baby Dragon's first Hoard. That's my Snugpod. Completely different, right? Baby Dragon's first Hoard. No, neither am I, but that's why you're not really looking at it in this. You're looking at the treasure. And then, research. Did you use a Snuggie? Bunny Principal. This might have been the school office. I had pizza for lunch, waiting for me, leftover pizza from yesterday. That's like the best feeling to know you have extra delicious. So this is Bunny Principal. Oh no, what is the Bunny Principal doing? You terrible Bunny Principal. You're smacking them on the butt. Twisted. Terrible, terrible. Look at what the Bunny Principal's eating. Got carrots on the table. Awful Bunny Principal. You're a bad person. Bunny person thing. Whatever the hell you are. Alright. Swankery, do you have one? I know. The best, aren't they? I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, Shipwreck Hideout. This is Swankery's. So, completely different, I'm sure, from treasure or bunnies or redo into Eleanor style or whatever that was. I really hope people will watch some of these videos that are out there. I'm working really hard to put together videos that are not just, wow, not just EHT, but other things too. So what Swank's done is she's covered the roof in Daedric rock, which is one of the suggestions I made. But I did not make this suggestion, and this is brilliant. Covering things with these barnacles. These are buyable in, they're poles, and they're buyable in Rolka. You can get them from the furniture vendor there. And you could cover a whole wall with that if you wanted to. The reeds are smart, though. Okay, so she used effects here. So you've got fishies, you've got waterfall, which, like I said, that's another option. Bubbles. These are all things that are effects, but if you turn off the effects, it's still pretty wild because she's got the jellyfish, which is one of the things I suggested, and if you look up top, she's got the lily pads, which fake water. I think she also has the blue lights in here, but it's kind of hard to tell. She's got plants that move in an ocean-y kind of way, and there you go. And then we can go up. Looks like I hit my head, but oh, the little details are so precious with the different things going on. And this looks like the top of an aquarium, and that's what I'm getting at is with the lily pads. Always put the lily pads at the top of the water level you want, so that, and then someone sleeps here. Oh, and she's been doing this lately. It's so cute. She's been getting these little those bonsais and putting EHT fishies in them. I think that's super cute. So, there's some ideas, folks. One of the things I like about the Daedric rock, too, is, look at it. It's got these blue speckles in it. And it really, with well lit, it shows off that blue speckles very well. And that goes with the water. So this was convenient. And then, Zendyra, what did you do? Oh, I know what Zendyra did here. She did Mad Hatter. It's pretty wild. She went crazy with this one. I like it. The Snugpod I did originally as an aquarium as well, because it's one of those houses that you feel like you could be in the aquarium. But I think it works better for me is what I used it for. It's such a great little house. So many slots for such a small size. Okay, so this is Zendyra's, and I want you to pay attention to the details, because the details in this are really phenomenal. Look at the floor. She's got a checkerboard floor. This is no joke. This is hard to do normally. It's very rare to see anyone do it. So I think the way she did it is she took Daedric rock, she put that down first, and then she put in, I think these are upside down statue holders from Alinor, I'm pretty sure. And she puts them all upside down, and it makes a checkerboard floor, which is seriously kind of awesome. The doorway has a waterfall over it, so you cross through water on the way in. And just to make things a little more crazy, because we have NPCs that are Mad Hatters, we have fish hanging from mushrooms, because why not? We have a giant EHT J-Heart. We've got madness going on. There's fish up there, there's bubbles. You used to be much more muchier. You've lost your muchiness. She's got all sorts of crazy, crazy effects going on. But even without the effects, we'll do the monkey on a stacked chairs. This is very Sheo. Lots of stacking to show madness. All sorts of cool stuff. And the Jester's Coffer has a fish head in it, which is kind of hilarious. But all sorts of ideas in here. I just love the details. I think the hanging fish really got me. Okay, here's... What is that coming through? That's not an effect. Why is it so weirdly colored? I can't figure that one out. I know what that is. She turned an azure lamp sideways. Those are the azure lamps that have the, like the azure, not azure. Those are the orange version of the azure lamps, the Talvani lamps that she turned sideways and has sticking out, and they kind of look like glowing clouds. took me a minute, but I don't know if you know what I mean, but that is a lamp, piece of a lamp stuck through to look like, it's incredible, to look like there's like glowy clouds. I think that looks amazing. That's a brilliant idea I never thought of. And she's done it over here with the Azure one. Looks like magic in the sky. You'd have to use it carefully. I think it could be overwhelming, but I think the way that she's used it here is so subtle. I love it. Okay. I hope I'm not overdoing things, folks, but I'm really into this tour we're doing. The next one is after Snug. Boulder tree. So my boulder tree is Trump, which I'm sure you've all seen. So we'll skip right past my boulder tree and go on to some of the others. So we've got Danielder. We just saw Danielder's boulder. No, we didn't. We saw her Goronir. Danielder. She doesn't have one. Oh, good. I'm glad. Greekvamp, do you have one? Yes. Or not. Researchmonkey. Let's hit you again. The maw attacks. Don't know what the maw is, but let's see what they've done with their boulder tree. Eventually my Trump is going to move, but I needed the face, and the face had to be a pod. So that's why he's there. I used the pod as his head. Now, what you'll note about most of these builders, Danielder, Zendyra, me, even though I don't group myself necessarily in the same group, they all use EHT in different levels. You know, they don't all, like, I'd say out of them all, Zendyra probably goes the heaviest with the EHT, Danielder second heaviest, but even greekvamp, even Research uses it. This is one of his monsters that I remember thinking looked like something really genitalia-like. I believe this was also his Easter build, but I think he's removed it, which he saves his builds, so I believe he can restore them at any time. This is an accident that just happened. What I like about his stuff is that he does change it up for each season. That's clever as hell. It's fairly common for him to completely repopulate his homes with bunnies or skeletons, depending on what the season is. That's a good one. Wait a minute, did he do what I think he did? No, he didn't. Okay. So, there we go. We've got some ideas here that you could work with. Completely different. I love that it is completely different. And I can't get to the back portion, so we're just gonna move on after that. Okay, researchmonkey. And then swankeries. I don't think she does have one. It might be storage though. I apologize if it's storage and I'm showing it off. Dad! Making fun of kids outside. Because that's the kind of person I am. Just such a nice person. Load your boat. You ever notice sometimes the loading screens are just so much longer? She doesn't know anything. So Zendyra. Last visited 1 year ago. I don't know if she even has anything there. But you can tell I've been stalking people. I stalk these builders. I find them to be so fascinating. I don't know why, but Griff asked me what I'm ruining today. What am I ruining? I don't know. This could be just storage. Yeah, this is just storage. All right. The next one would be Goronir. We did see Danielle already. Oh my God, Nana! Where have you been? Holy cow! I've been wondering about you, afraid what happened. Goodness. That's crazy. I'm so glad you're here. He's been asking me almost seriously every week. He's like, have you seen her? Is she around? Like, is everything okay? And I'm like, I don't see her. She hasn't been here. I don't know. Oh gosh. Oh, I understand that. That's terrible. Been there, as you know. Oh, that's awful. You know, we've both been asking. I mean, it's obviously both of us, but he's been asking me like crazy. You know, have you seen her? Have you seen her? Is she mad at you? Like, I don't think it has anything to do with me, but I'm glad you're back. If only to say hi. I mean, I think about you and I worry about you, and I'm glad it's not permanent. So. With everything going on, aw, you're so sweet. With everything going on with COVID, I'm so scared for all of my friends, especially those with immunoproblems. Oh, I love this house. This is greekvamp's Goronir. So think back, we have our Mad Hatter's house from Danielle. This is handmade by greekvamp. This is an Old West town, and I love it. Yeah, I'm showing some oldies but goodies. These are some of my favorite builders that I'm just showing off. So we've got the Old West Church. Not wild. Yes, that does remind me of Tennessee too. And then you've got the stables. And then here's the little old town. You've got the water tower. And then you've got just all of this Old Westy stuff going on. This looks like Main Street to me. This is the bar, and you come inside and you've got, I mean, it's clearly not a super polished structure, but he ran out of space. I mean, this is 590 items, so he's done the best he could with what he had, and he built this well before EHT days, so you know, this is really inspiring. I wouldn't be surprised if Futerko got some inspiration out of this. She may not have, but I love it. It's just such a great done little town. With EHT, it could be so nice. Could you imagine what they could do? It could populate it, basically. Here's the bank with the banker in there. I just love it. I love the look of it. What is up there? You know what's funny? I don't think I've ever been up there, and I've been in this house so many times. I've just discovered something new. I don't know if I'll be able to get up there, but oh, I'm so glad you're back. I joined DDA full-time on my main account, so I should be, if you're in DDA, I don't remember if you're in DDA or if you're in one of the others. I don't know how to get up there, honestly. I don't know that I can, but there's a little nook up there. Exactly what it, yes, you nailed it. That's exactly it. And because they ran out of item slots, because ZOS won't give us any more. But could you imagine if if he had unlimited slots, what he could do with this house. You know, it would just be mind-blowing. Makes me sad. We saw a research. Oh, this is the Easter raid. This is the bunny ones. This one is the one where the bunnies make the eggs and everything. Can you stop tweeting right outside my window? So inconsiderate. Tweet. Oh my god, my husband's out of bed and it's before noon. Holy crap. Nana, full screams from him going, Nana's back, with hands up and a thumbs up, and he goes, hi Nana, please forgive Brat Rana and don't be mad at her anymore. That's Brat and Piranha put together. Brat Rana, one of the many names he's coined for me. And then here we go. This was the Easter, wasn't this, there was something about eggs. Some contest that JR did with eggs. And this was it. Oh, you were missed, seriously. And then this was the entry where they were dyeing the eggs, remember? This was the egg factory. The Easter egg factory. And then I think this is where they were hatched. He's got a crazy whole story here. It's just nuts. Yeah. This is where we collected the eggs. They're chocolate eggs. So what he's done here is really clever, actually. So he's taken the barrel of grapes, and to make them look like cacao, he's put aether over them. It almost makes it look like they're stirring it, right? Because it's properly moving. I mean, it just looks great. She's not mad at me. She never was mad at me, Derpenstein. I know you've all seen this house, so I apologize for going over it again, but I just love it. And then all the bunnies packing the eggs away. And then down here, you've got the bunny king or queen, emperor, and the soldiers, ready with their grenades, fighting off the army of scuttles. Quite well, I'd say. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't want to be that guy who gets that one. So, there you go. That was his Easter build. Alright, so then Swankery doesn't have one, and Zendyra does. I'm making an effort to not start before 10 p.m. my time, because no one really gets on. It's been the same as it's been, you know, shitty. But I'm holding on. Oh, this isn't under construction. Let's try the Captain Margot's places, and that'll be it. But I'm holding on, you know. Best I can. Okay, Captain Margot's. No Danny Elder. Fiendish? Dress for success. I don't know. That's about it. You know? I'm on a new drug. Another immunosuppressant. So if I can't leave the house, not with COVID right now. If I expose myself, I will get it. Because I'm on a shot as well as a daily pill. So this is Fiendish, who's done with Captain Margot's. Holy crap. Can you believe this is Captain Margot's? So this is an idea that I'm thinking about stealing for my snowmelt suite. Do you get where I'm going with this? I'm going to make my snowmelt suite for the contest into an actual clothes closet. Because it's that bad of a house that I think I'm just going to turn it into a literal closet. Yeah, Fiendish is super talented, and I'm showing off their work. There's a painting behind here as well. I know, right? It's really telling them exactly what I think of it, which is not much. I didn't buy it yet, but I am going to do that idea. I love the rack, though. The rack just looks perfect. So that's what Fiendish did with this house. Amazing to see it. Greekvamp? I don't think Greekvamp, he didn't. He didn't do anything with this house. So on to research. Oh, I love this house. This is the Church of the Carrot. This is perhaps one of my favorites, if not my favorite, of research's houses. It's got a lot going for it. It's a literal church of the carrot, meaning bunnies are praying. But he's got an incredible organ, like a pump organ. So here's the Church of the Carrot. This is someone doing an entirely different take on that house than a tailor. You've got the bunnies with offerings. You've got the priest bunny. And here's the pump organ, which is just amazing. See, there's the pump portion, and there's the bunny playing. Isn't this gorgeous? I mean, this is beautiful. I mean, it just, aside from everything else, which is silly and funny and creative and fun, you've also got this amazing pump organ that just looks phenomenal. I love it. Swankery, you have one? She does. Kitty Shack. I don't know what Kitty Shack is. Perhaps a shack with kitties in it. I don't know, just a thought. In case you're wondering why I'm doing this, I've been kind of low on houses, so once I get done with all of these houses, I'll start cycling through the new ones again. I see this as why there's kitty shacks. There's kitties everywhere. This is a nice cobble over here. I mean, it's a really small house, so it's super impressive that she's created a second floor for it. Ah! How do you even fit in the door? You're huge. You are too big to be here, sir. You're ginormous. Okay, let's see what Zendyra had. Captain Chrispi's place. And this should be the last one for today because I'm fading. And I have pizza for lunch. Waiting. And we all know Stabby loves her pizza. And we'll pick this up again tomorrow. Also, I'll come up with another topic for discussion other than paintings and water, which we did today. There's other things like dirt, planters, how to make plants look right, you know, that kind of thing. There's plenty of building topics that we can enjoy. Hi, you want to watch some TV with me? We just have to be quiet. Parari is passed out in bed. She just got back from Little Italy. I think she had a little too much fun today. And then here's her television that she's made. I love it. So what you're seeing here is these buttons are candles facing forward. then here the changing screen is actually EHT. But the television itself, I'll check it out. I'm not on EU though. I just want to finish up this project, and then I'll get on to your stuff. Oh my god, Ferrari fell into the bed. Or over the bed. Ferrari fell out of bed. She needs some help, folks. She did not survive the night very well. And then, I don't know what happened to her, but it's pretty funny. And so we just otherwise have a very pretty house. I mean, it's nice. It's a sweet house. But I think that, you know, the TV is certainly the most interesting bit. Ah! Here we go. This got ruined. Pets have been... Oh, BS, you have the worst timing. I'm just about to leave. This is flipped the wrong way because pets have gotten turned during the last update. So she needs to come back and fix this. But this was a cliff strider just chilling on there, like a 3D painting. And because she missed it, I'm going to end on my silly paintings. I'm showing people how to come up with creative paintings, and I'll show Nanatera. I keep wanting to call you the other name, your in-game name. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm going to show you my paintings and then we'll be done. But I'm showing... DDA is doing a contest this weekend, a flash contest on paintings. And strangely enough, I was working on them anyway. So I decided to show you guys how to do some. And I threw some back together again that I already had. But we'll start with the less funny ones. This one is a 3D painting of a bear. Ignore the lighting. The lighting is a different thing. Let me grab the light back so that it's not as confusing. There. So, here you go. You got a bear. One there, and then this is the baby one. So, perspective. And then you've got goldenrod growing out of this one. You've got a sea monster attacking in this one, which isn't very good. I have to fix that one up. Yeah, he moves. Here's the bat in front of... He comes in and out of the painting, but you get the idea of the bat. And then this one is blood coming out of it. The red mist is supposed to be blood, so I kind of ran with it. And then we have, this is just to look like it's underwater. But then I'll show you my piece de resistance, which I'm not really sure if I'm going to change or not. But I love it. No, I'm thinking I'm leaving the water. I might push it back a little bit, but I think I'm leaving the water. It's just too funny. Thank you. I really do. I think I have to keep this, and I'll just cover up the fountain. Actually, I have EHT on. I could just push it backwards. So, yeah, I'm just ridiculous. I get that. Good enough. So there we go, folks. Stabby's being gross, but funny. And so I will catch you all later. Have a good one and have fun with paintings and everything else. And I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.